Move out of the way. There we go. Ba-da-ba-da-da. I'll just change this. Completely forgot to. There we go. Save the settings. There we go. Bring these up. Okay, hello Mario Key Pastas, hello William Warren Reigns, Vinyl 453, Polar Bears, and from the Dipper Pines AJ. Yeah, I'm not streaming Saturdays, it's just today's not opportunity to do an extra stream, but plus, considering I had two audience, I had got a new, sorry. Considering I have a new laptop, I had to reinstall all my games and that. The thing is though, I had to reinstall the Better SADX mod. But it did not keep my save file, so I'll be playing through this game again. Plus, I want to capture the footage, that's why it's full screen this time rather than part screen. Plus, managed to get the original Dreamcast models. So this is going to look 10 times better than the last time I did this. No weird hands, no weird like spider hands, but all original textures, all original models in glorious 16:9 HD. I know it is, but this is Sonicguru DX Director's Cut, but modded with a better SADX mod loader to look like the Dreamcast version, so it is a better SADX. The thing I noticed as well, because I want to use this for my little sequelitis thing, so you get a kind of a preview of what to expect. Because think back to when you first played this, okay? Like, oh yeah, this happened is a funny line, but it's like, yeah, Sonic's in 3D now. You can still spin dash, which you just saw in a cutscene, and all of a sudden we see this monster that bullets can't harm. I'm acting! And also a little point here, the homing attack, completely brand new. Like, what the hell was that? How can I do it? You know? And look, it also, that cutscene comes in the gameplay where you can actually see you have 2 rings. So you're running around, you're thinking, what the hell do I do? Do I just jump on him? That works, you can jump. But how do I do the homing attack? How do I do it? So you do everything and all of a sudden, double jump. That's how you do it. I'm not too sure what happened, but a little glitch happened then. So you learn the homing attack. Just pop in and say hello, BSB. Yeah, hello. I wish you could stay. I wish you could stay. So, and also the fact that this is the first thing you do in the entire game. This blew my mind when I first played this. The first thing you do in Sonic Adventure to introduce yourself to 3D Sonic is a boss fight against a monster that even bullets couldn't harm. I'm not too sure what I did. It just all of a sudden the home attack just went crazy. I'm surprised Sonic didn't hear him, but that whole cutscene and Rain and Eggman saying this is the god of destruction, like, holy shit, this is real. So the story just kind of picks up a little bit. Like, it's just, the story is front and center of this entire game. And all the means surface with the fisheye lens. Also, the first is it aside from the TV shows, this is the first time we hear Sonic talk. And that cutscene, like you see Tails fly off into that distance, and you think, okay, Sonic homing attacked over here, so let's go and save Tails. It's a small. The cutscenes actually have a small indication of where you can go. And it's your first taste of running around, so you want to test out some homing attacks, so you do. But the problem with the level design is it's just corkscrews. Spyro is just like hold forward and just occasionally turn left or right and go back in the same direction you were. I don't know, it's kind of, the level design is a bit odd. It's a bit too safe compared to later Sonic games where the level design is all over the place and it's very complex. This is just me holding forward. I rarely turn left or right. Think about HG as well, you can actually see the water load in. Like the draw distance is... Yeah, see, the draw distance is not that deep, even the water has a certain draw distance. And that's also the first thing as well is spectacle. And that's what to expect with the rest of the Sonic series from this point on, is that the game has a lot of spectacle moments where it will actually just take control of you and play itself for a little bit. Which a lot of people have problems with, like, oh, it's more organic if you take away the spleening on the auto sections. I mean, does it really? Because as much as Sonic Utopia is a great tech demo, the loops and corkscrews are practically pointless if you... What the fuck was that? Okay, and then know what happened then. Like the whole, like with Secret, if you go Raptor's sequel address on Mega Man X, it is showcasing like directions of where to go, and you think, okay, little orb, what is this? So. Right, makes sense. So aside from that, these little hints from the to Cal, that's about it. But the level design is very straightforward. Hello, Gospel. As we know from the previous two games. And the first reintroduction of Chaos Emeralds. So it's like, hey, these emeralds are not in special stages now. So I've heard about The World Ends With You. I have. I haven't played Twerry, but I'm kind of happy that the actual name is called Final Mix. Like, that's just very typical of them. You think, train station? Where's the train station? Where do I go? Go here, here. Oh, that's a Chow Garden, but whatever. You remembered. Opening cutscene. Central Station. That was in the opening cutscene. This is where I'm meant to go. An announcer does help. I don't know, I'm trying to explain why Sonic Adventure 1 is not only still a Sonic game and it's on its very core. Like, the game is basically just go to A to Z. That's it. So, but this story, you have adventure fields. It occurring, like, again, in the sequelitis Ocarina of Time, they didn't change that much of its formula to actually include more explorations. Pretty much go here, go here, go here. And the fact that a lot of the actual formula of the classic Zelda games did not migrate that well to 3D, and it took until at least Link Between Worlds and Breath of the Wild to actually change that. Sonic's formula was changed completely. Like, it took a part of Picture Sonic 1 basically being way too safe, but at the same time trying to incorporate the speed. And considering we want to be in the story first and game second, the story takes place before everything else. Explains the adventure field, explains the cutscenes, and the fact that it's in 3D forced Sega to redesign Sonic to make it look good in 3D, especially of what the Dreamcast could do at the time. I mean, yeah, classic Sonic looks better in 3D now because we had the technology to actually provide that. Back then, this is what we could do. And a lot of aspects in Sonic Adventure, like, also this boss fight, like, it's just waiting, okay? That's all I'm doing. I'm just running around, surviving his attacks, until he actually decides, you know what? Here, hit me, hit me, hit me. There you go. Nearly every boss fight in this game utilizes this same tactic. Wait, survive, attack. Wait, survive, attack. And even Sonic Forces uses the same tactic, and it's ridiculous. Zavok Battle in Sonic Forces has a long fucking waiting period and surviving the onslaught of the attacks before you can actually attack. The only two games that actually don't use this is Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes, and for the most part, Shadow the Hedgehog. I get why there's fucking squishy sounds there. Like, earlier we found that, like, the Chaos Emeralds are not just in the special stages. But then again, it's like the Emeralds weren't really a part of the special stage to begin with, because on Angel Island we find the Super Emeralds and the Master Emerald. But we thought it was just part of the island. That was part of that's Knuckles' lineage. Like, fair enough, that's it. But now we see the Emeralds are a lot more important than we originally let on. It's not a means to an end. It's not the perfect ending, and all that. But no, it has a law. Oh no, he ninja'd out of here. And that's the first time we learn that Tails actually is a smart character. So at this point, you're like, okay, what do I do now? Do I go back on the train? Do I explore around or everything? Like, obviously you explore, like, oh, I got this whole open area. But the problem with these whole large open areas is that they're mainly used for cutscenes and boss battles. Like, really, this is, even though it looks good, it's empty. And Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 did exactly the same thing, but on a grander scale. And I mean the size of these things. So you find that and you look around, okay, there's a little thing there, maybe I have to find something. Can't go in there. Yeah, it's hilariously hypocritical for some people, for how some people hate 3D Sonic games for being too different from the 2D games. But love Mario 64 despite that game being totally different from 2D games. Exactly. Mario 64 was completely different from Mario World. Mario World and Mario 3 were 2D side scrolls, A to B, cross the land, save the prince, beat the boss, save the princess, that's it. End of story. Mario 64, open world to a point, multiple missions, collect stars, 120 total, replay levels for different missions for unlock new worlds. It's a completely different game. Oh, it's a Mario game. Like, no, it's not. You could put Mario in a complete. You could put up, like, they could have done 3D Land or 3D World, and I guarantee it would have sold just as well. But that is a linear 3D Mario game. They could have easily done that, but they did not. They changed the entire formula on that game to make it seem different. Sonic Adventure's core is still here. Look, I'm going from A to B, you know? I'm jumping, collecting rings. You still have a spin dash, so elements are still in this game. Even in Mario, the only thing that's new is how you do it and the homing attack. And the homing attack may seem a bit cheaty for some people, but in terms of 3D space, depth perception was something completely new to players. It was still being worked upon to actually judge where the hell you jump and where you're meant to land. And the best we have is this dingy little shadow to tell where we are, which is good for like simple platform games like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. But we still need a lot more. But when you actually are attacking stuff, you need that good distance. And considering Sonic is all about style and style over substance sometimes, you need that extra bit of help, because like again, the tech demos like Sonic Green Hill Paradise and Utopia, it still doesn't work. So having that home attack is helpful in a 3D environment to occupy with Nier Automata. Is it Nier Automata or Automata? Because I say Automata. And I really want to play that game. But I want to get the first Nier instead. Did this on purpose. And that's the problem with, and that's another thing with Spectacle, is that I'm not doing anything, but considering the game still plays without me touching, feels like I'm more involved than I am. Like, here, I'm still being involved here, but not so much there. And you notice as well, is like, so far, aside from that tornado, there's been very little platforming and mostly speed. So there's not any real trade-off here. You get more speed than you do platforming, and it's not until... And it's gone back to what Sonic 2 did, where the early levels are solely... get a good gawk tells his eyes, everyone. The game is... The early levels are solely giving you a lot of speed, but very little platforming. And it's not... And when you get to Final Egg, there's a lot more platforming and very little burst of speed. How's it around your Rainbow Road? Is it in the sky most? And it tells you. Station Square. It's like, why would it tell me that now? Like, okay, let's go to Station Square. So I'll go back on the train. Like, you don't really need to go to Takao to actually tell you how it is. It's even more strange why, according to their own logic, those people are praising 3D Sonic, but more users of the game still carry a lot of similar ideologies in the 2D to tie in the 3Ds. Well, so does Mario as well. There are some ideologies in that. You still get power-ups, you still get coins, you still defeat enemies. So you see, at this point, you wonder, what do I do now? Like, it's giving me no indication of where to go. And I think that really happens when you're in there. Okay. Well, it's not the fact the ideologies, it's fact, I think it might be the ideologies. Is now you can actually go to this point. It's like, oh, can I go back to the place where I can actually face Shadow? Sorry, taxes. A Sonic game is a platformer as a racer. Yeah, it is actually. Right. Okay, here's a place where you fought Chaos. So that's a problem with aside from that boss fight, this area, unless you're playing as Knuckles to get to Speed Highway, is not used anymore. So very, and as far as the adventure fields go, they very rarely tell you where to go. Only when it suits it does it actually tell you where. Other times it just wander around, see what happens, fall in a hole. Hey, what up, Shadow Stick? Everyone go subscribe to Shadow Stick. He does live streams as well, and he's good. He's hilarious. I'm doing good. It's a good Saturday. Well, not like perfect because I was meant to open my store today, but I was given the wrong fucking key, so I couldn't open the store, and I had to wait until my manager came in, which was about 3 hours later. Now I got Lightspeed shoes. Surprisingly enough, this game loads faster than the EX version. This is DX. It's just modded. It's the Steam version, but it's modded with better SADX to actually be like the Dreamcast. It loads 10 times better. I figured out where to go on my first try. And the only confusing areas in Jungle Mystery, yeah, definitely. Right, I'm gonna get this. Like, if you use exploration, it's an open world exploration, so you find this and you're like, how do I get in? Like, there's like, oh, here, oh, Lightspeed dash. Let's try that, shall we? And there we go. And it rewards you with an upgrade. You've been chilling uni classes. Oh, you're chilling until. You said uni then. Gotta do taxes fast. The voice acting is terrible. Absolutely terrible. But it's the same kind of charm as House of the Dead 2. It is purposely... It's not purposely bad, but it's just bad enough to be endearing. And that crystal ring is important because it cuts down time. It cuts time in half. And this is the one level in the entire game where all of a sudden the platforming, the speed, none of it matters. I've been chilling since university classes started back up. Okay. Like all of a sudden, hey, remember the pinball stages in Casino Night Zone and Spinball Well, we put them both together. And I'm purposely failing here. Alright, Thunder Dipper. See you next time. Like, this level is like... all of a sudden, the tone shifts. You're like, it's a pinball stage now. Which, yay, pinball. Which is, one hand good, and the other hand bad, because you want to explore 3D Sonic. And all of a sudden, you're told to play pinball? I mean, it'd be good if I actually control Sonic, which you do slightly. But other than that, it is a confusing mess. All of a sudden, you just... not a mess. It's just completely missed that. Sonic looks better with fangs. I don't think they're meant to be fangs. I think it's just to be like the side... like, you know how your mouth and your jaw curves? I think it's meant to curve. It just come... but the rendering and the shaders didn't come out right, so it looks like fangs. Then again, I know I hate the stage. I think it's just completely, aside from this part, the sewers part are the best. Like, all of a sudden, like, this part here, this is Sonic. But the pinball stage and the main hub area of Casinopolis doesn't suit it at all. And it's probably the only level where it actually suits another character. Like in Sonic 2, where the actual levels are suited for each character. This part is suited for Sonic and Tails. The hub world part, the Casinopolis hub area, is suited best for Knuckles. To be fair, the voice acting in this game was done under a week with no air conditioning in the voice acting booths, with a Japanese voice director and a child actor. Wow. I won't lie, when I first saw footage of this game, I thought it was weird seeing Sonic in a nice pinball game. It is weird, but I don't think it's a terrible idea. Because at the time, Knights was the best Sonic Team game at the time that existed. How come that rings convert into... how much do I need again? It doesn't really tell you. You just meant to know. Oh, Mega Man 8 was worse. Then again, have you heard Mega Man X7? God, that was terrible. $400 rings. There's always a catch, isn't there? And that explains, what's his name? Eggman. Can't remember his name. I feel bad. I can't remember his name. Dean Bristow. There we go. I feel bad for him because his voice acting is very obvious that it is in a booth with no aircon, because it sounds very like all the what's the word? Damn it, my mind's blanking on the word. Hello there, Miles B. And with the Lightspeed Dash, when you learn how to use it, you'll be using it most of the time when you see a trail of rings. That's how it works. It teaches you. A bit muffled, that's the word. Like, you can, like, when you actually do a recording in a non-soundproof station, it is glaringly obvious that you are... like, the echoey, that's the word, echoes. You can hear the echoes when it's actually being recorded. Muffled, mainly. Like, instead of stood in a great hall and shouting and you hear the echo, that's kind of like it. Tails, do you have to run up the spotlight all the time? No, not that those ones. Those are very simple, but you have the music that overlays it, so you don't hear the actual muffled and echoes when he talks. But listen here, you actually will hear it. Like, that sounded muffled.
Oh man, what happened to that emerald we just had?
I guess Eggman's got one of them, but the other ones say that guy must be desperate.
That means his 2 to our 1, and that's not good.
How do you talk with your eyebrows? I see a bird. You see the bird, Tails? I see the bird. There you go. You see the key drops down like, okay, little hint. Okay, Mystic Ruins. The game, half the time the game tells you where to go. And the other half is basically not very obvious. But there's little hints like this that showcase where to go. Like, okay, I picked this up, came back here, and all of a sudden there's a hole in the wall. What's up? So, okay, there's going a hole in the wall. Another one of these things that we already learned about from the Windy Hill section, and there we go. Enter an ice cave, locked off. When did Knuckles install a fucking door? I have no clue. And this is the first instance of familiarity because we know Ice Cap. You know, I'm going to go the actual main route because I rarely do it. Like, every time I have cheated and gone the quick way round. I have never gone this way since I first played the damn game. What the hell? Don't know what the hell happened there. Like, the game isn't perfect, you know? There's still parts of the times where the geography does not work. I haven't gone through that area since I first played the game on the Dreamcast. So we jump all the way down, and here we go. Oh, that's a big badnik. Now we're still doing platforming with very little speed right now. Jumping across icicles, springs everywhere. You know, it's not... We're back in a familiar setting, you know? We played Mario 64, we played Crash Bandicoot, now we're playing this, if you're lucky enough to actually own a PlayStation and N64, you know? I kind of was, but then again, a lot of my stuff was second-hand. Even the PlayStation was sold to actually pay bills. N64 we had, and it's weird. Go on, but this is helping me focus on other stuff and you're doing. Well, I'm glad I could help. So I went all the way around to drop a giant icicle. Progress through environment, I guess. I'll just see where the rings are, but I can't when I'm going with more focus. Yeah, that's a big problem. Oh, it's not the yellow snowboard. I like it when it's a yellow snowboard. Because that was in the promotional material. Sonic rides a skateboard and it has like a yellow design with a little blue ball surrounded by colours. I used to draw that image a lot. And you can see we actually went through the area from the very beginning. We went all the way around to go back to the beginning. To go back down. Not a whole new section, we just went back to the beginning. To get a snowboard. To take it all the way down. And I can just press on the preference here, like, fuck the mission on this game, where you have to jump through the air and actually go above the fucking balloons. Fuck that. Fuck you, game. I hate you. I hate that fucking mission. I don't know why I jumped. I mean, it's not as this music isn't as good as actual Ice Cat music, but like it's funky jazz. It's rock. There's jazz, saxophones playing with the bass. This is Sonic. The actual music stylings fit the events. Some Sonic levels go around in circles to do the most important items. And that happens every time. I can never get above I gotta do that mission because it keeps doing that to me. I hate it. I hate that mission. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass, but it's doable. It's doable after a few tries. But the Sonic one is even worse. That's the only one I could not fucking do. And considering the fact that I had to restart the entire game because of installations and whatnot, I don't even have anything anymore. Right, let's go back. What do I think of Sonic World? Have not played it. But all I can tell is the level design and the controls need a lot of work. They need a lot to be designed. Do I go to the station square or should I look around? Let's look around. Oh, cutscene. Why not? Jump at the end of the ramp to get enough height to collect the flags. Why is that a meme? Why is Sonic's face there a meme? It's kind of a lot of. Well, I know the game has strange faces, but it's trying to emphasize emotion, especially. Okay, that part was funny. Give it your... Oh, no. Don't start, Sonic. He just happens to turn around. I think he was following them the entire time. So by the anime, it's funny. That's why it's a meme. Yeah, but at this point, why is it resurfaced as one? It's like we all know... The animation and the facial movements for the lip syncing is that bad. But why does it have to be that funny to be a meme? Usually it means it's supposed to be based on ironic and sarcasm. This... I've got 4 lovely emeralds. Here they all sitting in a monster. A green one, a blue one, all as big as your head. The thing about Chaos as well is like, why does it transform when it collects the emeralds? What if also Uganda Knuckles mean that's been a second array? I spoke out about it on Twitter, and all I got in response was everyone saying, "You don't know the way." Uganda Knuckles can burn in fucking hell, okay? I hate that meme. It is not funny. And the fact that everyone is, and apparently took an off-modeled caricature by Greg Zilla and put it towards a Ugandan quote, which even the creators of the film fucking love it. In VR chat, like, what is the fucking point, you know? There is no point to it existing. It's just, hey, it looks funny. You don't know the way. Like, grow the fuck up, please. And their face is trying to convey shock, but something more excited and shocked. Yeah. And here we go again. This. The strange thing is, you can still walk on water. It doesn't really kill you. But this is another of wait, attack boss fights. The only additive to this is just surviving the attacks. Yet he attacks. And jumping on his lily pads will actually save you from water, but you can only attack him when he decides to let you. In every like until after Heroes on Shadow, every boss fight from modern Sonic games uses this tactic. Wait until we tell you you can hit us. Unlike in classic Sonic games where the boss is always vulnerable, very rarely did it have a wait and survive technique. Cannibal Night Zone had a wait in boss fight. I think it was another one as well. The that tower from Launch Base had that. There's probably another classic Sonic boss fight which uses a stop and go technique. I'm surprised it actually hit me. Spring Hand Zone is a boss fight you need to wait. Yeah, but the other thing as well is that he's always vulnerable. Modern boss fights with Sonic, they are invulnerable until they say so. The Spring Yard boss, yeah, he's out of reach and you cannot hit him, does not mean he's invulnerable to your attacks. And again, the boss fights in Super Mario 64 were piss easy and had to wait. I don't think there's any wait time. You just had to maneuver. You were still active, and the boss is invulnerable. And you had to grab his tail. You had to work out to grab his tail because he keeps turning towards you, and you spin around and throw him into a bomb. Because you think, okay, that's how you have to do it. Only takes one hit until the last boss when he takes 3 hits. But there's very little wait time. The only wait time there was in the 3rd boss against Bowser, where he destroys most of the platform. I guess in the lava world as well, because he actually tips the platform. But Sonic compared to Mario, Bowser is invulnerable to his attacks. Because you remember where Tails' house is, or workshop, I guess.
Sonic, wait here for a second.
Was there another one as well? I think there was Spring Art, Starlight. No. I think the only time Hello Zero and Blaster, the only time an actual stop and go boss fight would be useful is in the final boss. Especially the Egg Crusher, or whatever it's called, in Sonic 1. Where you have to wait until you see Eggman in one of those pipes.
Sonic, hop in.
There we go. And for your element as well. This time it actually is completely different. Hello, Blade Blur. There we go. It's kind of weird right now. It's like, hey, a Sky Chase level means you can only play as Sonic or Tails and just move around. But no. Now you get to actually fight in the plane. It's insane, isn't it? All of a sudden, you're playing as Tails in a tornado, not Sonic, who's just standing on top of it because he's a badass that way. And you fucking hit me. Why did you hit me? Good luck, Tokyo. The final mission in GoldenEye Rogue Agents sucks since you have enemies of 11 that kill you in one hit. Wait, what? Has a faster firing rate than you when you using it and can reload quickly. Oh, that's bullshit. That really is. Okay, let's tweet that out. So I had to quickly do a tweet. Still, it's kind of, to me, it's still kind of mind-blowing. Like, hey, this is a completely new gameplay style to what you just did from running around and jumping. You are flying the tornado. But yeah, that boss fight you talked about, is this modded? The original, it is slightly, but I think it's because of it being Steam version. Actually, the screen having to actually fit a 16:9 ratio. I think Sonic's foot was jittering a little bit there. I still stand by that if Sega and Sonic Team remade Adventure 1 and 2 from the ground up, taking inspiration from what they did in modern Sonic games, and combining it with the adventure style, they could make a great game. And actually drop little Easter eggs here and there, and little hints of past games as well as games yet to come. Like, hey, here's a reference to Adventure 2 here. Here's the... Yeah, they are. The classic Sonic and classic Tails I used as models during the in-game models. And technically our first new character, I guess, if you count about redesigns. Because outside of Sonic CD and the fighters, we have no idea who Amy is. She's just here. Not unless you actually read the comics, both UK and US. She's a completely new character. And you now play with Amy sounds like a really bad euphemism. Okay, we can't use the trains. That tells us. So let's go to the main area and see what's up. Amy's theme song is the worst in the game. It is, yeah.
No problem. He's just a chunk of cheesy hardware. Oh, now what? Huh?
Access denied.
Amy! Wait! Oh, man. That girl is such a pain.
His thing is, especially at this point in Sonic's history, Sonic knows about Amy, because they're in Sonic CD is canon at this point. So, but right now she's just a girl, you know. Sonic knows her, and that's it. I want a green one. All of a sudden, like, what the hell is this? More creepy than charming. Yeah, it is. I win. All of a sudden, it's like we're racing now. I guess this was one of the catalysts for the go-karting in Sonic Adventure 2. Which wasn't really a perfect game, but hey, it's a distraction. Woohoo! I love how Amy's version of scene, she's looking to what? What the fuck? I mean, it's like the sign isn't there, and the sign is a figment of her imagination. Well, that's like one of the. I get it. Not. I think it's actually a intentional design choice, but it works in the game's narrative favor by each character describing their own events. Like, oh yeah, this is what happened. I was front and center talking to Eggman, whereas another person can say, no, I was front and center talking to Eggman. You stood back and only talked after he left. So in somewhat, oh, this is their own perspective of the narrative, it works. But as the overall narrative, it doesn't make sense. Like, oh, Tails talked down Eggman? Like, yeah, no. I don't like it. They can actually harm you sometimes, and other times they won't. Because again, some game rooms summed up this game as a game within a game within a game, which is unheard of at the time. Yeah. That is the best way to describe it. It's like, it has elements. He wants to do many things. But it doesn't know how to do them in a cohesive manner. It's like all of a sudden, oh hey, it's a pinball. Oh hey, it's snowboard. Oh hey, it's a go-kart racer. Oh hey, it's a platformer again. Oh hey, it's a life sim. Oh hey, it's fishing. You know? Different gameplay styles, although 3 of them are technically the fucking same. Running, racing, running, and chasing. Sonic, Tails, and Amy, all essentially being the same gameplay. Which is why racing and chasing were taken out of Adventure 2. Because only the running part was actually most fun. Yeah, some parts of the game is glaringly unfinished, but to be a launch title with Sonic Adventure with a Dreamcast, yeah, it had to be shipped. I almost jumped off then, and that's what Sega did until 2000. Well, even now they still fucking do it. But with Sonic Hedgehog 2006. that game was rushed to meet deadlines, and it shows. It is glaringly bad. And luckily, with Sonic Unleashed, they actually said, you know what, we're not going to release this until we actually are sure it's good. Even though there's a bit glaring, like, performance issues, it's a practically flawless game in terms of design and performance. Sonic Adventure is, for the Dreamcast, it is technically a big game, but it did not push the system to its limits. It is a very safe game with what they did.
Welcome to Twinkle Park. Oh, shoot! I've lost Amy. I bet that robot hauled butt after her. I'd better catch her before it does.
You could rearrange that and say, hauled after her butt. I don't know what the hell this is, but hey, it just arrived, so... Caution. Like, it's got an actual thing on the front of it as well. Well, Sonic 06 also had its development team split in half for Secret Rings. Perhaps they didn't do the happen 06 was only developed for 360. Yeah, there's a lot of factors in there, but the fact at the end of the day, it is still a rushed game with a lot of missing features and a bad performance and overall design. This one actually is a full-on speed-based level. Just run through it. That's all you need to do. Got a lot of long lanes and winding paths. But again, I am barely turning. I am holding forward a lot of the time. And very rarely, like some cases like this, does it want me to stop, platform, then run. And that's how you do level design. It will halt your flow. It will stop your speed. Like right now, all those enemies, I'm going to skip them and go straight to the rocket. Secret Rings actually was the first started out as a Wii version of 06, but later transformed on its own due to the system's technical limitations compared to the 360. It could have been a very downgraded paw. I'm guessing the cutscenes would have been very harshly compressed, like with Sonic Unleashed cutscenes. But even then, look at... I do think the Wii would have actually handled a paw of Sonic 06 fairly well if they did the same thing they did with Sonic Unleashed. Because Sonic Unleashed still has great graphics, despite the cutscenes being heavily compressed from the 360 version, which were rendered in-game. I think it's the only Sonic game to not use the in-game models for cutscenes. I don't know why the hell that happened. And apparently someone's playing Fallout 4. One of it crossed Sonic Team's mind to just outsource the potential Wii part of 06 to a separate studio. Possibly? But then again, at the time, the Wii was barely a year old in terms... I don't think... Actually, wait. In terms of development time for Secret Rings, I think it was barely a year old. So I don't think any studios had fully gripped the Wii yet. We had games that look phenomenal on the Wii. Like, Dead Space Extraction was a beautiful look. It was a beautiful looking game. Gruesome as hell though, but looked really good. I can't think of a studio that would have handled it. Like maybe Dimps could have done it, because they seem to be their go-to. At the time, I think Clover Studios was still a thing. And the camera angles us directly to where we can go on a train. There's a lot of development companies I can think of, but I don't think they existed at the time of Secret Rings development.
Hey there, bull brain. You better get Amy to me or I'll squash ya. Hey, what's happening here?
Yeah, there's no fucking way you just, like, popped into existence there, Eggman. It must be my lucky day! That actually is a good open discussion topic. How would a Wii port of 06 done? Would it have been better designed? Would it include the hub worlds? Would they be as big? Would the actual levels be brand new, or would they be condensed or redesigned? Sumo Digital, Black Ops Entertainment, Eurocom, Saber Interactive, X. I guess Sumo and Eurocom would have been great. Eurocom could have done something, but Sumo Digital is definitely my my go-to developer. Like, I think they handled yeah, they at the time they just released one of the Outrun games, and that was good. But even then, would include all 3 characters as well. Now I'm kind of speeding through this level. What the fuck happens to the camera? Yeah, Outrun 2006, Coast to Coast. Should have changed the actual thumbnail. Just remembered the thumbnail still showing Sonic CD. There I go, trying to show off. Oh yeah, I remember now. Don't know why I jumped down. No, Sonic Team's first 360 game of Fantasy Star Universe, we predicted Sonic 06 by a month. Oh, predated, not predicted. I played that. I don't like it. Think about the actual controls and voice acting that just grated me. Not to mention, hey, you want to play online? Well, buy an Xbox Live subscription, then buy a subscription for us. So you're paying twice as much than you would have done for an actual online game. Probably a decent game. I don't know. I played like 1 hour of it and I couldn't care anymore. $40 rings. So that's the difference as well. I keep kind of off track and I haven't really talked much about what my original intention for the stream was. Like, there are like how this game changed the formula of Sonic. It's like it's not the same as Three Knuckles, which people expected it to be. Not even close. It is Sonic Adventure. It has a story. It's an adventure. It's a story to tell. That's why there's so much cutscenes and why the story is so important, especially in Adventure 2, where the game's story was more focused and the hub worlds are taken out. It is glaringly obvious that the hub worlds are gone, because the game actually uses a lot of in level scenes for cutscenes, in level environments rather than the actual hub worlds. I mean, yeah, this like certain levels like this uses an in-level cutscene. The Chaos 2 boss fight uses an in-level cutscene. But Sonic Adventure 2, it focused more on story with the cutscenes and took the hub worlds out, so the actual story can now go at its own pace rather than the pace of the player. Those legs are so fucking thin. My God, Sonic, what did you do? Because even though the actual hub worlds are missing, and it is, to me, it was a bit disappointing and glaringly obvious. Again, it let the story proceed at its own pace. I'm not too sure what I just heard then. It sounded. Did you hear that? Like better-ding, better-ding. Yeah, could think of a better sound effect than that. Want to be like I guess Just not fucking classic Sonic, you know? We've had it for 2 games now. We don't need a 3rd game with classic Sonic. I don't care what they do. That's the only thing I want. I don't want a classic Sonic. Don't know why I turned Scottish for a second, but fuck it. I'll go with it. Classic Sonic should not be in another anniversary game. We've done. And the fact that the game teased us saying, oh, I'm pretty sure it's not the last time we'll see him. I hope it's the last time you see him, because he has brought nothing but it's just pandering nostalgia. That's all Forces was with classic Sonic. Just like, oh, he has to be in here because we forced Mania to do so. That's the only reason he was there, because they forced the development staff of Sonic Mania to tie it into Forces. With the Phantom Ruby. Like, oh yeah, have Sonic disappear at the end of the game, so he turns up in, so we can justify him turning up in Sonic Forces. Like, no. At all. Doesn't make sense from a narrative perspective, let alone a gameplay perspective. Because even though he had a decent amount of levels, he had Ghost City, Green Hill, Death Egg. There was a chemical plant, and one. I don't think he even had. I should have actually did. I wasn't paying attention. I think I had like 5 levels in the entire game. I can't remember if he even had one in Metropolis. Did he? I think he did. It was a bad idea they made Modern Sonic and Classic 2 entities separate now. Also, what the fuck was Modern Sonic with Another Dimension? Yeah. That was absolute bullshit. Maybe it's a translation error. Maybe it's like from another time or for another whatever. But Another Dimension? Really?
No time to talk now. We need to find Amy.
You're right, my friend. So here we go.
And also on Twitch, no, it's not. It's the Dreamcast conversion mod for Sonic Adventure DX on Steam. So it looks like Dreamcast, sounds like Dreamcast, plays like Dreamcast, but not Dreamcast. It's the best way to play this in the modern day. Classic Sonic also had Casino Forest, Iron Fortress, and Egg Battle in Green Hill. Oh yeah, Casino Forest as well. Forgot about that. You had 6 levels, okay? 7 include a boss fight. 1 boss fight. And also Forces as well. There's no boss fight against Chaos and no boss fight against Shadow. Just get kicked off in cutscenes. Really, thanks for raising our hopes. Sonic from Another World. That makes more sense than Another Dimension, because Another Dimension to suggest that it's not there. Episode Shadow had no boss fight. I wasn't expecting a boss fight in Episode Shadow, although it could have used one. As gravity turns me around. From this point on, there's more platforming in the game than speed. Very rarely is there chunks of speed, but at this point it's just running sideways like classic Sonic. But no, it's still platforming. Another world, say the game was made for people that made Generations. It wasn't made by people that made Generations. It's people who probably played Generations and thought they had an understanding of it. It's like pretty much saying how Traveler's Tales even though it had Mark Cerny, when they made Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex, doesn't mean he actually knew anything about the classic Crash Bandicoot games. Just like, oh, it had one guy in it who knew about Crash Bandicoot, but no one else did. Episode Shadow was basically just retreads of 3 previous levels, just made a bit harder with more spikes and enemies. Not exactly a fair compromise, but hey, you get to play a Shadow. And surprisingly, it's a lot more effective to play a Shadow than it is with Sonic. It just feels different. Like, aesthetically, they're different. That's all it is. Gameplay-wise, the same. But actually being able to play a Shadow feels different somehow. What the hell? There we go. Also, Japanese version of Forces, there was no mention of Sonic being tortured. Tails didn't lose after Sonic's death. He went into hiding where information was unknown. That makes more sense. Itchy nose. I knew that was going to happen. This makes Zero's quote on X6 that he was hiding himself while he repaired himself more believable than that. I don't like that part. I really don't. Very rarely I get on the first try. But Sonic Adventure 2 or 1? This is Sonic Adventure 1. Are you asking which one do I prefer? I don't know why I walked into him. Don't ask why. That was always a cool moment. The speed boosters are a bit of an overkill, but they do push you in the right direction. I don't know. On the one hand, I like Adventure 1 because I like its story and its simplicity. Not to mention nostalgia is a big key factor in it as well. But Adventure 2 had better gameplay and better level design that was made specifically for each character. I don't care what anyone says, the shooting stages in Sonic Adventure 2 are not that awkward. The key is not hold down the aim button so fucking much. Fun fact, Sonic Forces only had 3 level designers, with 2 of them having no experience in designing Sonic levels. The one who had experience with Sonic only helped with Lost World levels, so that explains a lot. So to the English version of Sonic Forces story over, I hit myself while I tried to repair myself, or how I lay low until I was fully recovered. It makes sense Tails wasn't hiding because Tails would have been a target, because he was there. But other than cutscenes, what is the point of this area? Like, oh yeah, has anyone noticed that the fact that that one level in the entire game Sonic does not play as, and that's Hot Shelter? Sonic does not play Hot Shelter. It's like, only, like, on one hand, you go and get your gun, you go and get your hover pack as Gamma, and later down the line, you can get the gun upgrade as Gamma. But the prison, the Beta Mark II, and Hot Shelter. About it, really. The silver bit is in Sonic. Yeah, silver bit in Sonic. Well, Sonic was pretty good. But outside, but you don't know Gamma yet. At this point, you don't know Gamma. So, other than going to the Chow Garden and activating the monorail, there is nothing in there. These hub worlds are just cutscene use only. It showcases that, yeah, it's an adventure. Adventure feels. They make the world more open, that this is not just level-to-level basis. The levels are connected. But unfortunately, it does... Robotonic. Also, what the hell is Silver Enforcers? Wasn't it something? He comes back in time to actually help out with every now and then to actually fix the future. Don't you think Mike Pollock should step aside as voice of Eggman to take his... Not really. I don't think Mike Pollock should ever stop. He re-auditioned for the role. It's like, right now, he is Eggman. And he loves the role. Even though he admits that he kind of gets annoyed with people just constantly asking him about Eggman questions. Even though he's done more roles than that. But other than that, it's... I don't think he's gotten stale. I think he's just gotten better. And he loves the comedic roles more than the serious ones. But that's the job of a voice actor. And so whenever they mention our future, people tell me two different things. He's from the future. He comes back in time because he wants the future to actually remain good. I like to think right now Silver's future is still good, but things keep happening. In the past, he has to go back and fix. It's weird how they're talking about it. You're just a Dean Bristow fanboy. Don't get me wrong, Dean Bristow was fantastic as Eggman, especially in Sonic Heroes. And also Sonic Adventure 2. It was like, he was threatening in Adventure 2. Dean Bristow was threatening in Adventure 2. E102. He probably used one of the Chaos Emeralds from his time. Or two of them. Like, like, Sonic Forces is, in Sonic 06, we learned that the, God, Eggman's pad is weird. Just so everyone knows what the fuck it is. Because that one got me a few times. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the remember Mike Pollock on an Ask Me Anything thread on Sonic Reddit thread. He said that people who choose actors don't look at their past works because they're here to voice their character and get paid. Pretty much. Now, let's do a change something quickly. There we go. Is it a Q&A stream? Not really. People are putting up little thought bubbles here and there, and I'm just giving my opinions on them. I got two chats going, by the way. I got a Twitch chat and a YouTube chat going on. So it's like Roger Craig Smith needs to go because Sonic doesn't need a 45-year-old. I think he should stay, but I think modern Sonic, the legacy Sonic, as it were, needs a new voice actor. At least go back to Jason Griffith, you know? Because to me, Roger Craig Smith is Boom Sonic. That attitude, that voice, it works for that character of Sonic, but not the legacy Sonic. That's my opinion on it. I think at this point, you're wondering how does it work all the time travel, especially with Silver's presence, makes no sense. I think Silver, considering how often he time travels, he has become himself an anomaly in time. He doesn't exist in time anymore because then he keeps going back to change it. To the point that his memories don't affect anything. In Sonic the Comics, his perfect form is a giant octopus. It's weird. Gojira found why is spelling out Sonic in several instances of single letters. Yeah, people need to give up on Drummond coming back. I mean, he could have. It was all about. I think his was about unionite, about a union. Why Godzilla vs. Sonic is a weird mashup. Miss me. Strange thing is as well that we don't get a Chaos 5 or a Chaos a Chaos 3. Creed was a decent voice actor, but Shadow was fantastic. Yeah, his Shadow was good. I honestly do prefer his Sonic. But yeah, compared to Kirk Thornton, Jason Griffith was much better. Your craftsmanship skills make is a... I can't... I can't remember what the fucking quote was. Your craftsmanship skills bring shame on all hedgehog kind. Like, really? That's the best you got, Kirk? My favorite anime is the one with a girl with a giant scissor blade. Like, are you trying to sound cool? Because it doesn't sound like it. Is the Sonic Forces comics canon and affect the story? Because I believe there was a comic about the Phantom Ruby and Infinite. Yeah, they are canon, but the actual writers had no idea of the story. They just were given a kind of script to it and just did all that. So it's weird. I think Infinite was evil, because he wanted the world to end. And plus, someone actually came up with really good on a comment for the for Infinite, talked about how both your Avatar and Infinite both want power to be stronger than they are right now. They don't want to be weak, and both have suffered tragedies because Infinite's forces were taken out by Shadow, possibly killed, as well as your Avatar's family. Your home was taken over by Infinite. You both suffered tragedy, but you both gained power differently. Infinite went evil and used the Phantom Ruby to power himself and just went insane and drunk on power. Whereas your Avatar went for teamwork, went for the good side of getting power through friendship and believing in each other. Bit sappy, I know, but it makes sense. But in the end, good won out. Teamwork and believing in each other brought down Eggman and the Phantom Ruby in the Death Egg Robot, or more accurately, in my opinion, the Egg Phantom and the Egg Phantom Core. Hello, there's someone. Hello, Infinite, apparently. And my nose is itching again. Some supposed plot holes in this series and nothing more than translation errors that resolve when you know what's being said. Yeah. Remember before Forces came out and everybody thought Infinite was going to be Tails? Yeah. Everyone thought Infinite was some other character. It could have been Ray the frickin' flying scroll for all I knew.
Press this switch to raise the water level.
Yes, thank you. And it was like some places like, oh, it could have been Blaze, but it wasn't, yeah, it didn't really sound right, you know? Kojiro fan, can you please stop that? Please. I know you're having fun in the text and all, but honestly. Hello, Anthony. Infinite was a try-hard villain. Yeah. Infinite wasn't that good as a villain. He was shit. He had a good hype, and at the time, he was threatening because he defeated Sonic. So, why do we do this? How we change all this? I don't know. How about the fact that Sonic can kick his ass after he comes back? Why the fuck not? You know? Yeah, that snake screws up the camera real bad. Alright, Kojiro fan, see ya. Turn the camera a bit. There we go. What was your overall thought on Shadow the Hedgehog, the game? Do you think they'll make a sequel? It's... I mean, it's not the worst game I played, but it's there's no point to it. Other than giving the people the chance to play exclusively as Shadow, outside of everyone else. Seriously, it was the first game where it was only a sole character. Well, first 3D game was exclusively a sole character. It's just eh. Between Heroes and Shadow, I prefer Heroes. And I don't think they'll ever make a sequel. As far as I'm concerned, the Wispens in Sonic Forces is as close to a sequel of Shadow's gameplay you're gonna get. Yeah. Wouldn't it be better if Infinite was an old character or something? Would have been cool. Yeah. Favorite Sonic game? I'm playing it. Sonic the Hedgehog 1, Sonic, both 8 and 16-bit, Sonic 3 Knuckles, Sonic Adventure, Heroes, Unleashed, and Rush 1. I really do like Adventure 1. Yeah, I'm gonna say, between Adventure 1 and 2, I prefer Adventure 1. Despite the fucking fishing gameplay. Getting the flags in this one's a pain in the ass. Luckily, if you run across, spin dash upwards, and there you go. That's how you get the flags again. Generations is cool. Yeah, Generations is cool. It's not one of my favourite games, though. It's good, but I wouldn't say it's like, oh my god, it's so good. It's better than chocolate. You know? It's not like that. Yeah, I'm surprised Laser wasn't a frickin' Wispin. This part of the game is really weird. Sonic needed to kick Infinite's ass after coming back because there would have been no game otherwise. It does render one of my theories actually plausible, with Sonic getting faster and possibly stronger every over time. Yeah, it's not every time he goes supersonic, but it does suggest that Sonic does evolve like a Saiyan in some cases, back from the brink of death and now stronger than ever. Think about that. Sonic is a Saiyan. I don't know they kept putting that loading screen. I remember when I got this game for the Dreamcast. So do I. I got a Dreamcast on my 12th birthday. It was given to me by one of my step-uncles, one of my stepdad's brothers. And with it, 14 games. Technically 13 because 2 of them were the same. And it had both Adventure 1 and Adventure 2. I was playing Sonic Adventure and my palms were sweaty. My god, my palms were sweaty. I was that excited to play it. I feel the rooftop room level in Generation was inferior to the one in Unleashed. It was claustrophobic and disjointed, while Unleashed has a smooth flow. Yeah, Unleashed felt much better. It felt much better. You actually get, with the actual widescreen, you get to see the echidnas around, rather than just focusing on perfect chaos there.
What's this place? Where am I? This is really weird.
You wanna watch my other video, Gajira? Okay. This part is never explained. Like, how did we go back in time to ancient Echidnaopolis, I guess? It's weird. I'm playing on PC. I'm playing this on this is the Steam version.
Why did this have to happen? It's terrible. I must stop this now.
I just heard a little bang. Okay. There was nothing. Alright, Gajira fan. See ya. But, that part is never explained. It's like, how the hell did he travel back to Echidnaopolis? Or,
I don't think I'm dreaming here.
I don't know, down under? I don't know what to call it. But that little flashback, you recognize the voice there. To Cal, is that's a little spirit orb, is that Echidna. But who was she? You know? This direction. To the flashing lights. Alright, Eggman, it would be amiss of me to tell you that it would be better if your base wasn't lit up like a fucking sightseeing tour out of Las Vegas. The new version of Mecha Sonic, or Silver Sonic, whichever. Although Silver Sonic actually had some spinning blades and hyper metal. I hate these things. Like, what's the point to add a fucking puzzle before a level? What's the point of that? Alright, Perma's back, I'll see you. You like You like Foss's modern Sonic levels because it feels like there was a rhythm and flow. There is, but the problem with it is that it has the same stop go routine as classic Sonic games, which doesn't really flow well into the actual design, into the overall design. Like for a long grace period, you just hold down the boost button and nothing happens. You just boost. You fly through the air. Nothing else happens in the entire level until it actually stops you from boosting. Or turns 2D to say, hey, it's platforming now. But other than that, that's... like, Mortar Canyon, that is a prime example. It is entirely 3D, but all you do is boost. That's it. What would you say would be the most popular Sonic theory? Are my theories? Or everyone else's theories? Because the most popular theory I've done in terms of views would be episode 3, How Sonic Met Tails, which isn't really a theory, it's just me stating facts. But people really like the artwork. People are surprised, like even though I play games and make videos, they're surprised how well I draw Sonic. It's not something I hide. My latest picture on DeviantArt, which is a bit suggestive, but it's completely clean. No, you haven't, Gajira. I can't remember which episode episode 14 is. I can't remember what I talked about in that one. Is it the shadow one? Oh, no, wait. It might have been the speed one. I don't know. I think I'm 19 episodes in. I can't remember what the hell I did. One of my favorite theories I did, what I enjoyed writing, would be the Eggman one, as well as the. Actually, a lot of my favorite episodes I like writing are in season 1 of Blue Blur. Like the Eggman one, I enjoyed doing because I was just thinking based on just 2 little cutscenes, I thought of an entire backstory as to why. And the Master of Emeralds one, episode 6, that was suggested to me. Like, I want to do a big 2-part theory. What should I do? I asked Matt Pat of Game Theory what I should do, or maybe one of the game theorists of that channel and Facebook group, and they said do Master Emerald one. I'm like, okay. And I managed to I figured out that one. That was fun. That was a fun one to do. I don't think I actually got the same kind of feel for a theory compared to that one. I think trying to think for a later, more recent one. The Sonic Go Faster theory was good, and the Boom Split Timeline. I didn't write that one. I did add to it and give it like an intro and ending, but it was majoritively was written by someone else who wanted me to actually produce a Blue Blur on it. There we go. You're technically still in control and boosting, or when your avatar is drifting with a grappling hook, you can move while doing move. Yeah, but it seems so automatic. It seems so handheld. Like I know in like the not Spaceport, Prison Hall. You can I know you can move left and right, but it doesn't really give indication that you can move. And when boosting, I know you can control, but even then, like in the Metropolis level of Modern Sonic, you can boost right off the edge because you can't drift, and drifting was integral to that form of gameplay. Like, you can't have boost gameplay and not have drifting so you can go around tight corners. That doesn't feel right. Two Rings. Had there been a theory saying how Sonic shoes make him fast? So what do you think about that? That was always something that people said. It was the shoes that make him fast. If Sonic goes too fast, faster than time, let's say we go into the future, possibly. Might be going crazy, but if Sonic Rush got an anime, I'd like an episode that was like episode 9 of Sonic X, but with Blaze instead of Amy, and have Cream teaser about her feelings for Sonic. Like, it's a final boss fight for Sonic's story, but it uses the same kind of... See? Survive, then attack when they feel like it. I would actually love to see an episode like that. I might actually redraw one of the animes, one of the X scenes, just so I can actually live out a little fantasy. Because I ship Sonics. Give up. At least you get to hear it. I get a lot of this Austin's Vampire. No way, I can't believe this. I know, but it gets really tiring. I was going to say that's one thing that Dean Bristow has over Mike Pollock. The quotes are a lot more funny to hear. Then, you know what they say, the more the merrier. Also, a little model of Eggman there. It's so low poly, it's hilarious.
Watch out. He's up to something.
You bat! I was right on the edge of that as well! Oh my god, that's the first time I died on that! Wow, I've never died on that before! I was right on the platform, I was right here! I was standing right on the platform and he hit it! Like, look, I was trying to move it out of the way, I don't think I got any further than this. My tiptoes, the tip of my toes were on the next platform, but I died. Wow. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Why is this called Better Sonic Adventure? Because I'm using the better SADX mod to actually make it look and play like Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. So it is the better version of Sonic Adventure, the most definitive way to play Sonic Adventure on, because the PC version of DX is just shit. It is flawed. Some sounds, the controls, the camera, the textures, it's just not right. Did what happen to have to redo the boss fight? Yeah. Apparently, when he did the final little test thing, I'll show you in a minute. Like when he actually launches himself into the air to actually hit you, I was standing like right. I moved out of the way, but still stopped. Like right at the edge, like just about here, and I fell. I wasn't on the next platform. The tip of my toes touched the platform. Like, I was running like, move out of the way! And I got this far and stopped for some reason. But mind you, I can use the footage of that to say, like, even though the boss fight technically ended, he can still hurt you. Yeah, it should be... Like, even though I died, I shouldn't have died from then, but still.
Watch out. He's up to something.
Compared to the original, the first DX version feels clunky and unpolished because the collision detection and controls feel loose and unsatisfactory. Yeah, they do, but at least the GameCube version is more stable than the Xbox Live and Steam versions because they use the PC version of DX. The original PC 2003 release, not the Steam version. And the PC version of DX, the vanilla PC DX, was bad. But that was the base for the rest of the parts. So, using the better SADX mod with the Dreamcast conversion for the textures, graphics, as well as the a camera overhaul and actual better control, it's still good. But then again, it doesn't fix everything. It still has faults in some of the geometry. It still has bad lip sync. It still has bad voice acting. You know? It still has all of those. But at least it is much better than the initial release on Steam. Okay, well, let's see. Episode 9 of Sonic X. Okay, I have all the Sonic X Japanese version of Sonic X on my system, so I might be able to actually do that little image. I might actually do that. I just only have a steadfast heart of gold. I don't know why I can't leave, though it might be tough. But I ain't out of control, just living by my word. Don't ask me why, I don't need a reason. I've got my way, my own way, yeah. I cannot sing. It doesn't matter now what happens, I will never give up the fight. There is no way I will run away from all of my fights. Long as the voice inside me says go, I will always keep on running. There is no way to stop me from going to the very top. It doesn't matter if it's wrong or who is right. You like my singing? I think my singing sucks. I cannot harmonize. I really can't. When I don't show up, fucking lyrics. Time won't wait, and I got so much to do. Which scene though? Which part of the episode? Like a good timestamp. That is not for anybody different, darling, for myself. There is no way that I will live up to the very end. I can't tell what is wrong and what is right. I've got to find the answer, but until I do, there's no way I will ever give up. Place all your bets on the one you think is right. I can't harmonize a singing. My voice is so monotone, it's ridiculous. You have a very deep voice. Wow. Yeah, this song is like perfect for him. It is his song. It doesn't matter now what happens, I will never give up. I have to pause it a little bit. Turn up. There is no way I will run away from all of my fights. As long as the voice inside me says go, I will always keep on running. There is no way to stop me from going to the very top. It doesn't matter who is wrong or who is right. Are you gonna be kidding me? Wait. Are you kidding me? Yep, the post-recording director voiced Rouge. She also voiced Bubsy in Bubsy 3E. If you're going to be telling me that this fucking stream had no audio the entire time, I am going to be so pissed off. Was there any audio in this game the entire time? I just noticed it and there was no audio coming through. Oh my god, if the entire stream had no game audio, I just wasted everyone's time by keeping quiet. I think the only audio you could hear from the game was from my microphone. From the microphone. Oh my god, I can't believe that happened. Tales of said Sega, yeah. All the characters said Sega. When I booted this up, Big said Sega. All 8 characters say Sega. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Gamma, Big, Tikal, and Eggman. Dean Bristol saying Sega, like, Sega. And Gamma is like, Sega. Anyway.
Sonic!
Yeah, play a
wait
demo
here
when
for
I'm in the
a second.
fucking control menu. I know, that's fine. I think it was in the game files, but I think it added it into this mod because it's like, why take away a little hidden Easter egg?
Select your character.
These all the characters look as they were in the Dreamcast. He doesn't really change much, except he has different hands. He wasn't changed in between games. Okay. Well, that'll be it for this stream. You know, so look, good fun for a good, how long? 2 hours. But I am thirsty. My head hurts a little. It was a good little random stream. Plus, I wanted to use it as recording material as well. So it is gay. Yeah, you got here like half an hour ago, Azuki. Oh, at least an hour ago. At least halfway through the stream, I think. So thank you all so much for watching. This was actually a fun. It was actually a fun stream to do. I need to do more streams. I really do. More than just once a week. Because I do enjoy doing them. You're too slow! Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe for more streams and all that. And be sure to follow me on Twitter when I announce them. I'll see you all next time.